Mr. Manson, and I'm speaking to you through the record right now, since you chose not to be with us today. We're required by law, as far as Marcy's law or Prop 9 goes, for us to start at 15 years, and based on your good behavior, to drop it to 10, then 7, then 5, and then 3. This panel could find nothing good as far as your as far as the suitability factors are listed in 2402, Title 15. So let's start with some things that we saw that gave us grave concern. Let's start with your disciplinary history. Since you've been incarcerated, you've had 108 115s. Your most recent 115 was on 10/4/2011 for possession of an inmate manufactured weapon. That concerns us greatly, that you're still having weapons in prison. We also note that you had a cell phone recently also, and cell phones are a huge concern to us. You can make unmonitored phone calls with that cell phone. You can be involved in criminal behaviors with that cell phone. Cell phones extremely concern this panel. In this case, the life crime does have a difference. This life crime was especially heinous, atrocious, and cruel. Multiple victims were attacked and killed. Many of the victims were abused, mutilated during and after the offense. It was truly carried out in a manner that demonstrates exceptionally callous disregard for human suffering. We have not yet, in any of our documents, seen any indication of remorse. We have no indication that you have any kind of insight into the causative factors of the life crime. You have absolutely no parole plans. You had a significant drug problem while you were in society, and this drug problem is still unresolved. You've been involved in absolutely no rehabilitative programs or self-help to address your substance abuse history. I think the statement that you made to the psychologist or the psychiatrist in the comprehensive risk assessment told us a lot of what we needed to know, and I want to make sure I get this right, so I'm just going to read what you told Dr. Reed. And you said, I am special. I am not like the average inmate. I have put 5 people in the grave. I've been in prison most of my life. I am a very dangerous man. And this panel agrees with that statement. Any comments, Commissioner?
I'd just like to make a comment for the record in that this panel is encumbered to, as in any parole suitability hearing, we're encumbered just to assess suitability, and we're encumbered to assess whether reform and rehabilitation has taken place. And truly, the magnitude of this crime and Mr. Manson's lack of understanding the magnitude of this crime and how it affected the city, the state, and arguably the nation. His failure to articulate in any way, his failure to understand the dynamics of this crime in any fashion is very much of concern to the panel, and would be very much of concern for future dangerousness if released to the community.
Thank you. So like I said earlier, you do have an opportunity, if you do start programming, if you do start getting involved, if you do start participating in this process, like getting involved in self-help, try to gain some understanding or insight into the factors of life crime, you can file a 1045 form called a petition to advance. It'll go to the board. The board will look at it and see if there's an opportunity to advance your hearing if you start really looking to get a date. Time's approximately 10:30. This hearing is concluded. Thank you all for attending.